Welcome back to First Issues. Previously on the program, we had a sit-down conversation with head of insurance at one of the local financial institutions, Mosadinkwe Mosinyi, on insurance. She explained that insurance is basically a financial safety net that can help you and your loved ones recover after something bad happens, such as accidental damage to property, death, or loss of employment. She's back tonight to talk about the funeral plan and some of the misconceptions around it.
A funeral plan, in short, is an insurance plan that will pay the funeral expenses upon the passing of a policyholder or a beneficiary. In the long and short of it, it's used for burial expenses. There are various insurance products that exist through various channels and through various providers in the country, one of which is FNB Funeral Plan that we are distributing through FNB branches. The product is underwritten by Hollard and brokered by FNB Insurance Brokers. In short, it does cover our beneficiaries, or it covers a family up to 16 people. I think the most exciting thing for me about it is that you can pay a single fee if you take a family cover. Even if you start off as a single man or a single woman, as your family expands, you get a husband or you get a spouse, you get up to 6 kids, and the premium still does not change. Also exciting about it is that it pays your cash back every month. You don't have to wait 3 years, you don't have to wait 5 years to get a cash back. So the cash back with the FNB funeral plan is paid every month at 7.5% of your monthly premium. So when we pay the FNB rewards, you also get paid the cash back from the insurance funeral, from the FNB funeral plan.
Let us just go back to a funeral plan in general. Yes. What do we need to understand about that contract? I mean, there are terms and conditions. Yes.
I think the important thing to understand is when do you need to claim, what is covered, and the waiting periods are also important. So most insurance plans will tell you that unless you pay the premium, the first premium, you are not covered. They'll also tell you about the waiting periods. There will be issues around, some will say 6 months, some will say 3 months, some will say 4 months. Again, it's important to interrogate the plan that you have. There are also different cover limits in there. So you need to understand the cover limit that you've chosen. I know, of course, that it's always a function of affordability. So you look at what you can afford and you choose that. Important also is to know when to submit your claim and how to submit your claim to your various through insurer or broker. Because some policies, if you come after 12 months of the death of your loved one, they will not pay. So understand the claim, we call it a claim notification period. Understand the claim notification period of the policy that you have bought. I'll try as much as possible to be very broad. There are other policies that will demand or require you to tell them if you travel for a long time outside the country. Some will say if you are not resident in Botswana for more than 6 months, you fall off. So those are the little things that as you buy your policies, you need to understand. Others will say if you are not a resident, you may be a Botswana but not resident in Botswana, you may not be covered. Some will say you are a Botswana and a resident of Botswana, even if you are not a Botswana and a natural Botswana, you'll still be covered as long as you are a resident. So those are the things that we need to highlight to our customers, and as customers we need to know more about when we buy policies. There are other things such as waivers. As other policies will say, upon the passing of a policy holder, the policy will still be active, or they will waive the payment of a premium. So the people who are covered will enjoy the cover for 6 months or 12 months. So other insurers will make you pay for it, for that benefit, and others will not. So there'll be these little things that you need to understand, especially since some of them will come at a premium. So the more you add these things, the more premium you pay, depending, of course, on the policy that you are buying.
I want us to talk about maybe even a controversial point around funeral plans. There are people that believe that if they were to take out a funeral policy, they are essentially wishing death upon themselves or their loved ones. So how do you tackle such issues?
Yeah, that's a difficult one because it goes to personal belief, right? And possibly a lack of understanding, right? For me, I look at it as protecting myself, preparing yourself, and being financially savvy. I don't see it as wishing death upon myself. I see it as ensuring that my children are comfortable. And by comfortable, I mean they don't need to stress about money upon somebody's passing, upon a family member's passing. The way it works is really insurance companies are corporate. So it's not like somebody is going to go around hunting you down so that you, I don't know, so that you pass on and they pay out. I think the only thing that we need to be careful about is the prevalence, if you like, of where people maybe end up insuring others and then not even contributing upon their passing, because I think that's where there is a moral hazard for me. But we also must remember that insurance, one of the basics or the basis of insurance is something that we call insurable interest. So you cannot insure something where you are not going to have a financial burden of. So if you are not going to have a financial loss that directly affects you, you can't insure somebody or something. I can't insure you because the natural expectation is that we are not close enough for me to contribute towards your burial, right? So the thing is, it needs to be close family members with whom there is trust. There's also, I think in terms of insuring each other, there needs to be trust to the point where you know who's going to do what upon should we have a bereavement in the family. So then I think as families we need to work together. I think that's how we can break that issue and that belief that if I take insurance it means I want somebody to die. It's only an issue around the cash flow, because if you look at it, it's about if this person passes on in the middle of the month where I don't have money, where am I going to get it in order for life to go on? So it's not wishing them ill, it is not wanting to benefit, it is wanting to bury them with dignity. It is about the love that you feel for that person, to want to take care of them in their passing as you did, hopefully, when they were alive. So that's how I personally choose to look at it. For me, is I love this woman or man so much, my cousin, my brother, my grandfather, that I would want to make sure that upon their passing, I'm able to do something good for them that I'm still doing when they're alive. I don't want to have to be uncomfortable. Should they pass on.
This program was brought to you in association with First National Bank of Botswana.